There's three types of cleaning business owners that stay broke. And I know these all from experience. Until you guys are able to identify this persona inside of you, you will continue to stay stuck. You will continue to have a ceiling on what you're capable of if you let this persona continue to play a story in your head. And you'll get the real life outcome of never getting the financial or time freedom from your business.
The first one is the prideful cleaning business owner.
But if you're afraid to ask for help, it's your pride. So it's not whether you're prideful or not prideful. It's to what extent you are prideful. It's also in different situations, because in one situation, you could be a totally different level of pride than you are in business. Just because you are really good at fitness doesn't make you really good in business, or vice versa. Oh, if I just learn it in one domain, then I can transfer that to the other domain. No, in the sense that like, just because you are disciplined in one area of life doesn't make you disciplined in another area of life. It doesn't make it de facto. What it does mean is it gives you evidence that you are disciplined in one area, which means that you have the possibility and that you have the proof that you can do it again. However, you have to have evidence you can do in this domain as well. Pride, right? The one who pains to ask for help. The one who believes that they should just know how to build a business. You should just know it. This person is generally a terrible listener as well. Katie, why is this person generally a terrible listener?
Because they know how to grow their business.
They're a know-it-all.
They'll ask all the questions, but they don't actually listen to any answer.
Yeah, they will say all the right things, but they'll continue to repeat the same behaviors. But they refuse to believe it is their fault. So the greatest strength you can have is asking for help. And actually asking for help from somebody who's done what you want to do is like one of the smartest things you can do.
I just think that it goes back to like the frame of the prideful cleaning business owner is somebody who has every excuse in the book and every justification and reason why they haven't succeeded yet. So when you can put that aside and just ask for help and be open to receiving the feedback and then implementing it, you can navigate away from this prideful persona very, very quickly.
The prideful cleaning business owner, the first person who will always stay broke. Let's talk about the second one, Katie. What's the second avatar? The second persona, the second personality?
The fearful cleaning business owner. So this person paralyzes themselves in inaction due to fear. They're scared of what they don't know. They're scared of what they know. They're just scared of everything.
Getting scared of being told no, afraid of rejection. And as much as they're afraid of getting told no by prospects, they're even more afraid to tell their employees no. I want more money. Yes, I'll give you money. I want this. Yes, I'll give you this, Miss Employee. I need to not work this day, this day, this day. Yes, 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 yes. I can't possibly tell you no because I can't possibly hear no. Like if you understand that all these things compound and it's really just one problem. Fear. What if I lose money?
What if I lose an employee?
What if I lose a client? What if I lose status? What if somebody says I did a bad job?
What if they don't like me? What if they get mad at me?
What if I spend money on a coach and it doesn't work out? Here's the problem with this, guys. This person believes it's more important to save $1,000 than learn how to make $10,000. They're afraid of making mistakes because mistakes make them lose status, makes them lose money, it makes them lose. And losing doesn't feel very good in the moment, but losing is what is required for learning. The requirement to making $1 million is to first make 1,000,000 mistakes.
Feel 1,000,000 painful moments.
That's when I started to get excited for mistakes. Like this game is about learning, and learning is done through mistakes. It's through actually taking action, getting the feedback, and then changing your behaviors based on feedback and doing that over and over again. You understand that mistakes are part of the game. What is not part of the game is make the same mistake over and over again. That is actually stupidity. For a lot of people, they're like, no, I don't want to make mistakes. And then I get a little red check mark, a little red tally that says, you did bad, you did bad. And actually it should be like, good job. Do it again. Like what you learn, now try it again. Based on new feedback, try it again. This is the underlying reason why the fearful cleaning business owner will always stay broke, is they're afraid to commit. The commitment is the ultimate indication whether you'll be successful. And so this person will never commit 100% because of the fear they're not good enough, for the fear of the status. This person also will silently quit. A lot of times people talk about quitting business, and we talk about the statistic of that 95% of businesses, they quit after 5 years. However, it's more than that, because 5% of businesses silently quit. Actually, 4% of businesses, they silently quit. They just like do business, but they stop hiring. They stop marketing. They stop looking for coaches. They stop looking for communities. They stop looking for answers. And they just say, no,
I'm good.
Not good. They're unwilling to commit. They gear their situation to guarantee that they'll never be successful. So they'll prove themselves right by putting themselves in a situation where they have no resources, they have no commitment devices. They never put themselves in a situation where they have a chance to be successful. They will just guarantee that they are not successful.
Ouch.
And this, my friends, that is the fearful cleaning business owner. Number 3, Katie.
This one is the perfectionist.
You believe that every mistake should be punished. This person also believes that they're the only one who can perform at the standard high enough to meet expectations.
This is why solo cleaners don't ever get out of the field, mostly.
Like, they don't even get to the place of being afraid to sell because they're just afraid to have somebody else do their cleans for them. This person believes that after hiring somebody, whether it be a cleaner, whether it be an office person, they should be as skilled, as dedicated, as consistent as you, the business owner. If you see somebody doing something that you have not done, you're like, I couldn't fathom, understand that there's something that they are doing that makes it fathomable. You just have to understand, what are their inputs? What have they been doing?
For 30-year-olds anyways, who start business in their 20s, like, you're either an underlived, over-skilled 30-year-old, or you are an overlived, underskilled 30-year-old. Either way, you have a sacrifice. Just what sacrifice are you more willing to make?
They can only see through their own lens. Like, they're very narrow-sighted. They will always hire task doers, but they'll never hire anybody better than them. This person becomes the bottleneck of their company really fast.
You might gravitate towards one of these avatars more heavily than the others, but at one point in your business or in your life or in any avenue, like, you will see all of these come through. There's always fear. Fear is a great indicator that we are doing something that we've never done before. There is always pride. Like, we should be proud of what we have done in the past, but we have to be humble enough to know that we don't know what we're doing in the future. And then perfection is like, we think we got it. We think we know. And if we can put our ego aside and understand that, like, there is more to learn, we can get out of our own way and deconstrain the bottleneck of ourselves. You might resonate more with one than the other. They do all interplay with each other, and they will all rear their head at any given moment, in any given situation, in any given day.
There's 7 other personas that will also stop you from growing $1 million business, which will de facto just make you broke. The idea junkie. Okay. This person's always brainstorming, never executing. They love whiteboards, but their hands stay clean. Okay. Start projects, never finishing anything. They have lots of really big ideas, but nothing ever gets done. Next person, the shiny object chaser. They're constantly distracted by something new, something trendy, something not clients and cleaners related. They're always looking at AI, looking at tools, looking at different ways to circumvent hiring more clients and cleaners. It's the only way this business grows. Number 3, over-optimistic dreamer. They believe that passion is alone. Like, I'll work really hard. I'm passionate. I'll just keep grinding. They ignore numbers. They ignore the fact that their business is not growing. The martyrs. I'm too busy, like a badge of honor. Too busy to learn a new skill. I'm too busy to learn marketing and sales. They work 100 hours a week and they make $0. You're not the CEO of your company. You're the unpaid employee of your company. The next avatar, the greedy gambler. This person is obsessed with the shortcut, the quick fix. They're obsessed with the immediate gratification. Let me eat the cookie and I want the abs. Wait, I can't have both, but the internet says I can. They chase getting rich quick versus getting rich for sure. They lose it faster than they can make it. The next one, the internal student. They're the consumer. They consume every book, every seminar, take notes like crazy, but never actually do anything about it. The library is huge and their bank account is tiny. That's how you know. And then we have the one-hit wonder, the person who had a really good month or had a really good quarter, or maybe even had a really good year. They had a really good accomplishment and they believe that that one accomplishment, they can ride that forever. They never reinvest, they never diversify, they never evolve. They believe stagnation is actually real. And their business eventually dies when that one thing that they did once either stops working or eventually is no longer relevant. Those are the other 7 personas that will keep you from building $1 million home cleaning business. We talk a lot about what personas to avoid, but like, what do you actually need to actually grow a $1 million business? And it's the opposite of those things. You need to be somebody who asks for help. You need somebody who is okay with making mistakes. And you're okay with somebody who has the courage to put yourself out there.
The courage to be able to fail and learn a lesson and keep going.
And so if, again, you guys are inside the paid coaching program, thank you guys for giving us the opportunity to be able to help you and serve you. And honestly, it gives us the opportunity to make the system better. We have multiple businesses that we're able to grow, but we also have a community of 100 other businesses that we are able to coach, that we're able to get feedback. We're able to make the system better. And ultimately it makes our business better, makes the system better, which makes the whole community just better as a whole. It seems like cheating, but maybe it's just the way that things should be done, I guess, right? It's one of the values of being part of something that's just bigger than you. You can learn from other people's mistakes, which is a form of higher intelligence. It's not to learn mistakes yourself, but learn from somebody else's mistakes. If you're not inside the part of the one-on-one coaching program, you can apply and you're going to get on call with Katie, actually, this person right here. And then if you can convince us to join the program, then we'll let you in, because ultimately it really is like a lot of Katie and I's attention. And we only have so much attention. We really only want to
I don't want to be more committed than anybody on my roster.
Yes,
So
that is the best way to explain it. You have to be more committed than we are for you to grow your business. Let's just put it that way. Because at the end of the day, like, it's not going to change our life, but it will change yours. Have some courage to get your hands dirty and make some mistakes. Make some mistakes. Get told no, and then bring the story back. Appreciate
appreciate you
y'all.
guys.
See you guys later.